a local event focused on the future of the workforce. And it was really interesting to hear different perspectives from the business community in regards to key skills that are anticipated to be in high demand as we navigate some of these workforce changes. So why is the workforce changing? I've been talking about and mentioning this stuff throughout several videos and different postings and such, but we have 5 generations in the workforce now, which is something that is really unprecedented. We really haven't experienced before. And Gen Z, those up and comers into the workforce, as well as some late millennials, have really grown up in a digital age, really in that digital era. And the way that they interact with friends and family and coworkers is completely different than we used to interact with one another. And the workforce is definitely different too, in the work landscape. And many organizations have adopted technology and even are adopting AI to streamline procedures and operations. And so with the onset of the pandemic and beyond, remote work and gig work have even become more prevalent. So what skills do I think employees and employers should really prioritize as we progress within the job market and our skill sets and organizational needs change? So I think it's really important to be adaptable and flexible. So an interesting statistic that came out of this event was that 75% or over 75% of jobs by the year 2030 will require some form of education. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a college degree, but it could mean certificate programs, it could mean some sort of technical training. And so having skills are going to be even more needed in the workforce. And so I think it's really important for organizations to really think about how they can be proactive in meeting that skill gap. And that can be through upskilling and reskilling employees. And so I think organizations are really going to have to be adaptable to that and be willing to have programs and initiatives that are streamlined to upskill and reskill their workforce and their teams. So I really foresee employers taking a more active approach in offering pathways for their employees to upskill or reskill into positions within their organizations or within their companies. Sorry, I'm just looking at what I want to say here. So this may really help organizations fill that gap between what workforce capabilities currently exist and what employers and organizations really need. And I really think that this will help build retention within organizations. The other thing that companies I think are really going to need, let me rephrase that. The other thing that I think companies are going to need to prioritize is communication and empathy. Really being able to communicate strongly and effectively across teams. If we have remote and hybrid teams, communication is going to be even more important. So employers in this particular panel that I sat in on expressed that there are many entering the workforce that don't have the ability to communicate effectively. And so being able to help bring those communication skills to your team are going to be really important. It was expressed that rather than trying to fight what's happening, to really embrace what's going on and to be proactive in trying to meet the workforce where they're at and to help fill those gaps by providing those trainings and those skills to existing and upcoming employees. So this really presents an intriguing dilemma, I think, that we're going to need to address in the next couple of years. Employers are going to need to take a proactive approach to really meet employees halfway. And I think that's really going to help build retention and build morale within organizations over time. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel or leave a comment and tell me what you think. You can follow us on social media. Just look for kellytinen.com. We'll see you next time.